Hi everyone, my name is Zwai Bala. Um, I'm from South Africa. I was born in South Africa, spent a lot of time all over the place, but most of my time here. Was born into a very musical family. Wasn't very good at school, so music is the one thing I really know what to do well, more than a lot of other things. I was trained as a classical singer. Otherwise, I really made my mark, I guess, as a producer, a music producer. Yeah, I guess fame came to me when I was with my very popular group called TKZ in the late 90s, which, yeah, took Africa by storm. Maybe some of you might remember me with the dreadlocks in the group, and we used to sing Salama Pansula, Kita Matota. And then since then, I've been working with all sorts of great artists from the continent all over. Worked a bit overseas too. And yeah, I'm just writing music and making music with many Africans. Uh, Music has incredible power. Um, I always make the example of when you're watching a movie and there's nothing going on, there's no dialogue, no one is talking. But once there's a piece of music that plays, it kind of gives you a sense of, uh, it puts you into the mood, or it gives you a sense of what's about to happen. And that's what I've really gone into the last few years, just, trying to evoke emotions and use music to also tell stories, and how you how you let it out and how you want to portray the message. With regards to the Peace One Day song, for me, I wanted the song to be just around that one, one at least, that feeling that everyone can get. And then I started developing the song around that. It's much easier to write music that way, when you have something to talk about, and there's an emotion that you're trying to portray, because you have to feel it first. And I think with that song, I was very happy with just how it came out, and a lot of people tell me it's very easy to sing along to, which was the main point, really. Uh, my first motivation around, in fact, what gave me the idea to the melody at first was when I heard that Akon might be singing the song, and I just heard Akon's voice in my head, and I was just tried to imagine what he would sound like on a song that is not too like anthemish, like we are the world vibe, but hip, and and moving and current, and has a good message. So I guess that was my first bit of inspiration. It came to me very quickly. I had it in 15 minutes, and I guess the rest of the time I was just trying to get content around what to talk about. Just the words, and just basically I got the words, but then it was about just putting them into the music, and consider all the good things. I don't want us to. I don't want. I'm tired of portraying South Africa. I mean Africa as suffering and safari, and there's a lot of good. There's a lot of beautiful things, and I think the the words that were finally in the song were just amazing. And I got some contributions from friends of mine who are poets, and people that like to talk. I said, okay, now you like to talk, give me some words, and I just basically put it together with my own stuff, and that really I was so pleased with how it came. Like I say that, for me the words give me the melody. Um, they it's not really that technical, but I guess you have to have enough of a backing background and grounding on how to make music or write melodies. Many people, I know many rappers and people that are in the pop culture, they like to listen to a beat and try and write to the beat. But for me, it's more about getting the feeling there and settling in it. And I know what I'm feeling like. So the music, the words are telling me already what I'm feeling like. So I just need to basically document that and put it down, put my feeling down. And then I just sit on the piano and I know it must be in a major key, so I play that major key and I can feel the beat. And I know it just moves, one of the inspirations was, one of the songs I thought of was, Lionel Richie, wow, oh love, what a blessed thing. Oh yeah, it's anthemic as well, and it's a beautiful piece of music. I wanted to bring about, you know, that opportunity to be proud of being African. And, when I wrote the song, it was soon after the unfortunate attacks on African nationals in my own country, South Africa. They call it xenophobia, and that really saddens me. And the main idea for me is to just get that feeling that people need to unite and we need to see the beauty that there is in African people. And, so that's what I was just trying to portray. And I think, I got much more than I actually bargained for. Whoever listens to the song for the first time, they say, I can't stop listening to it, or I can't stop singing it. And so I think it's doing the right thing. And I think more than anything, the content, what is being said is extremely important, and it's really come through. And I wanted people to, even if you started singing the song and started knowing it without actually realizing what is in it, you start realizing afterwards, like, whoa, actually, this is some good stuff that's here. I was trying to evoke a feeling of Africans feeling proud of who they are, telling their own story about their Africanness, instead of, following what's being said in the news, and giving an idea about what Africa is, when we as Africans live in Africa and we know it best. There was so much excitement before the performance of the anthem at Peace Day in Kigali last year. Because we had recorded it, we had done it on Coke Studio in Nairobi already. So the artists were just looking forward to singing it, and it was so lovely singing it a few times and people catching on to it. And because it's so nice to sing with other people, that you're not like, we get the butterflies as performers sometimes, like, how's it gonna go down, or you're nervous about the words, or you're nervous about this and that. But that experience was just special because we knew that we're doing something that we are together in, spiritually, and we're connecting on. This is not about which star is which star, who's more famous than who, and who's got the bigger screams from the crowd. It was just like, oh man, let's just do this. We're looking forward to doing it. Even when we were traveling in different vehicles to the stadium, we're just like, jamming in the car, just like singing it. And that's the whole idea, that Africans need to own it. And it was a great feeling, even getting back home, even back to the hotel. Everyone was having such a good time, and everyone was so pleased with their action and their decision in taking part in the campaign and in the movement. So it's an all round feel good feeling. For me, um, just peace on its own. I think, in my own experience, I think a lot of problems that are in the world, a lot of problems that are in society, a lot of problems that are in any form of association, be it a relationship, a friendship, a choir or church gathering, whatever. People, I think, have a problem with themselves, and then take out those problems on other people. And the sad part is that a lot of the time, people that have problems with themselves don't know they've got problems with themselves because they're not at peace with themselves. And I think for me, the message is to really just look inside, because if it starts with you,
then it should be easier to make peace with the next person. And I think issues such as self-confidence and wanting to shine and FOMO, fear of missing out. It's all good. The more you're at peace with yourself, the more you'll be relaxed around other people. The less you'll be suffering from peer pressure and so forth. And I think for me, peace is about your own self. Be at peace with what you believe in. Be at peace with what you understand and what you're comfortable with, and be at peace with yourself generally.
And what would you suggest for people and young people watching? What would be the best way to use and embrace and celebrate Peace Day?
I think don't be scared to reach out your hand to the next person. It's about peace. When it's Mother's Day, we say Happy Mother's Day to our sister. Happy Mother's Day to a person that's working in the garden. To whoever is around, whatever the status of the person is. But we say Happy Mother's Day to anybody because they are a mother. And I think for Peace Day, it's Peace Day. Let's be peaceful. Let's not raise our voices. Let's hold each other's hand in harmony together as one, really. And I think that's the one day that you have, and let's use it. And I think it's a beautiful thing when we're together and in harmony. And at least let's just love each other for once. Yeah, my project, and in fact, rather, it's a movement, and it's called ONENESS. And I founded it when I was in Nairobi last year, because I was working with all these different artists from all over the continent, and these are top musicians and top artists, but they also, travel with their managers and everyone, and always try to engage with other Africans to find out really what's going down. And I find that there's a lot more similarities than we think. So I formed ONENESS because I was encouraging Africans to reach out to each other and just get to know each other. It is a beautiful thing. Africans are absolutely marvelous. We don't do the fake smile thing, but you really have a good time when you have a good time. And this campaign is really about bringing Africans together, believing in one thing, and we want to support people that are in the creative arts, connecting them with other creatives. And you may be a painter or you may be a fashion designer, but you'd like maybe a particular artist to wear your clothes. So we'll just so they get promoted instead of wearing overseas stuff, because we need to be there for each other and we really need each other. The one example I like to make is, if we as Africans want to make an impact like China has made, and the Western countries have made on the rest of the world, we need to unite. We've got a tendency of wanting to shine just by ourselves, and we'll show the others. Or you do one thing, you can't wait for the others to see what you've done, and we're doing things just to feel better than others about ourselves. We need to lift each other up, and I think that's the whole point of ONENESS. Finding those common things, and uniting each other and singing together as one in harmony. And we cannot be a force if we are individuals pulling in different directions. We need to come together and move forward together. Yeah, well, we officially launch the whole campaign in December, and there'll be a function at the Cape Town waterfront, which we know is loved by many Africans, and it symbolizes many things because it's at the tip of the continent. It's where two oceans meet. So I guess the people that we're engaging with are very powerful and are very influential on the continent. So we'll be very active on social media and everywhere. I guess you find information these days. We're big on digital because it's about young people and the future of Africa. So keep your eyes out, but I'm sure it will reach you. The message will reach you. And
the one anthem will be sung at the launch by all these artists, which will be streaming live to the rest of the continent. And I think just basically when you hear Oneness, you'll know that's us. And once we've launched it, then we'll give you all the details of how to contact us and give you all the information of what is really up.